Hey everyone. Oh, hang on. Hey, how's it going? Hopefully the stream's back up. Sorry, I just had to change the setting. Yeah, hang on. Oh. Hey, Daisy. I'm very well, very well. Yeah, Friday's over and done with for work, so... Right, who's ready for Qatar Grand Prix? Who's ready for the Qatar qualifying? Only one practice session. It feels weird having qualifying for the race, but it's just going to be on Sunday. Very odd, guys. Very odd. But hey ho, hey ho. Yeah, not sure. I'm still not a fan of these sprint weekends. I'm not a fan that Sundays. I know Max can win the championship on Saturday because he only needs 3 points to win the championship. But at the same time, the sprint weekends, the Saturday is like, I don't care. That's just me. Don't know about you guys, but yeah. Let me know what you think of sprint weekends. But hopefully, the one thing that it does for us is that we've only had an hour of practice. So hopefully it throws up... hopefully, like they've only had an hour to basically get all their setup, and they're already in part ferme. So hopefully that throws out a few outliers and a few surprises for this weekend. But as always, you kind of expect Max to do it, don't you? So don't like sprint weekends either. No, neither do I. I just feel like my Saturday... I always look forward to qualifying on a Saturday. Whereas now, like... You've got the sprint shootout qualifying on the Saturday, and then you've got the actual sprint on the Saturday. And let's be honest, have we ever had an exciting sprint race? Maybe one since it was introduced, but I don't think so. And like we've got qualifying now on the Friday for the Sunday race. Like I'm fortunate enough I work from home today. But if I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to do this watch along because I would have been still at work or on the way home from work. So Max winning on Saturday for real. Well, yeah, let's be honest. But I just don't like the I just don't like the sprints. I get they're trying to I get it from a business perspective because they're trying to optimize every element of their sport / asset. But yeah, it's just I don't know. But then people also go, well, you shouldn't have the 2 practice sessions. The 2 practice sessions on a Friday are boring, aren't they? But I don't know. I don't feel like it's broken, F1, so why try and fix it? But yeah, I guess it's all about trying to better the sport for what it is. But not a fan, guys, not a fan. But anyway, who do we think is going to be on pole position? I actually didn't see. I wasn't paying too much attention earlier to who actually finished where in the session. Is that the order of that leaderboard there? Is that how they finished in the practice session? Yes. Yes, nobody. It will be, yeah. So leaderboard for the first. Yeah, it was. So, okay. So as you're seeing it on the leaderboard right now, before they're even gone out for qualifying, that is how the practice session ended. So Max was first. He was ahead of Carlos Sainz by a couple of temps, about 3 temps. I did see that they went out onto the softs later on in the session. So the fact that George Russell and Hamilton are so far back, I don't think they ran the softs. I mean, look, Nico Hulkenberg's quicker than them. I saw he ran the softs. So it's a bit of an unreliable practice session, to be honest with you, because people were trying to fit so much into an hour of racing. So evening, Javier, evening. Yeah, don't expect too many viewers this evening because, well, it's a Friday evening, early Friday evening. No, most people are going to be still at work or on their way home. Max already dialed in. Yeah, I mean, I think you expect him to be honest. It's just he's been so. I think Singapore's the only race we're going to see. Well, I think Singapore's the only race we're going to see where they were really poor. There's a number of reasons why they were poor at Singapore. But yeah, I think it's going to be more of the same to the end of the year, and then hopefully what we need to see is whether that gap closes towards the end of the year, because really the teams are only going to be able to, I mean, a lot of their work is going to be being put into next year's car. Like the type, like Mercedes would definitely be stronger next year because they can't change the whole chassis and the floor, etc. This year because it costs too much money, so they've had to spread their cost into next year. So yeah, what we want to see is those teams behind, the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, even Aston Martin, trying to make some headway towards the end of the year and close that gap. Don't know if it was about Max domination, like y'all were laughing when Lewis was at the top. So there's a different type of domination, nobody. There's a different type of domination. So we've discussed this a number of times before. Lewis had, out of his 6 championships with Mercedes that he won, Lewis had probably 2 championships that were like dominant, like where he dominated. Now, the records will show that, yes, he won X amount of races and that he obviously won those championships. But if you look at it, the most amount of wins he ever had in one season, I think, was 10. So that's half of a season. Max is about to break the all-time wins in a season back to back. And he's winning races out on his own. He's qualified, he's winning races by like 30, 40 seconds. That's not to say Lewis didn't do that as well. But Max is in such a dominant car and he's in such good form as well, because there's credit to Max. It's not just all about the car. He has just like gone into the distance very quickly. Lewis at least had Nico to challenge him. There was at least the other teams who had a bite of the pie as well, and won races. And we had good fights throughout the season. The reason why Max's domination is different is because of those reasons. That's it. So I think that's why people were seeing it as boring. And I think if you look at Singapore was such a great race overall at the front, because we had, and to be fair, take Max out of the equation this year. That's what we could have had all season, because behind Max, it's been very, very close between Mercedes, Aston Martin, McLaren, and Ferrari. Of course, Aston Martin have dropped back off, but to the latter half of the season. But yeah, it's been really competitive behind. But of course, the headlines will always be, and us as fans, we want to see fights for the win. We don't really want to see fights for 5th place, 3rd place, 2nd place. That's not where the risk and reward is. The risk and reward is about the win. And that's what we care about. So yeah, hopefully it's closer next year. That's all I want. Like, if Max wins it again next year, fair play to him. But as long as it's a competitive fight and we have interesting races and we have someone actually take it to Max. Because let's be honest, Perez isn't going to be anywhere close to Max again next year. So yeah, Perez has done just about enough in the first half of the year to kind of maybe warrant keeping his place for next year. But Max could have won the Constructors on his own this year. That's how good he's been. No problem. No problem. Yeah. I mean, it's like when people even say, I completely forgot, but like Sebastian Vettel, his first year, he had a dominating period where he won 4 years in a row. And his first year, he didn't lead the championship until the very last race. When people say he was dominant. And I look back on that period and go, oh, like it was a bit boring of Sebastian Vettel winning like those championships. But I was a lot younger. And when I actually look back at it, I really enjoyed the races. And there was a lot more variability in... variability? Is that a word? Don't know. There was a lot more varied. That's the right word. It was more varied winners. Sure, Max fans would rather see good fights on track rather than two separate races. Yeah. No problem with that. You like Ferrari more? I mean, I've always been a fan of Lewis, but I always wanted to see good racing. I always wanted to see fights. It's like with football. Like, I sit there and I imagine what it'd be like to be a Celtic fan, as an example, because they are very dominant. Obviously, Rangers are a little better now, but Celtic in the Scottish Football League, they had 10 years where they won the league, like with no issue whatsoever. Absolutely dominated it. They won like the League Cup, their FA Cup or whatever the equivalent is, and I'm just sitting there thinking, surely that's not like enjoyable. Surely it becomes a point where it's like, okay, someone give us a challenge, because that's the fun part of sport, is having someone push you to the edge and having that, oh, are we going to be able to beat them? Like, if you just dominate for 10 years and there's no competition, then like I don't know, that's not sport. Like, in one element you can look at it and go, okay, yeah, like domination, there's an amount of respect you have to give to domination because it's been earned to an extent in any sport, because of the quality of the team, the quality of the management, quality of engineering as it is in F1, the quality of the performances. But then there becomes a point where it's like, okay, come on, give us some competition. We want some competition. Even the drivers, even Lewis, you can go and see quotes on this as qualifying is just about to begin. Lewis has even been, you can go back and see quotes. He said when Mercedes were dominating and it was him against Nico, I think it was more so when it was him against Bottas after Nico left, but he was saying, I want teams to get closer to us. Like, I want to have those fights. I want to win championships, but it's the manner in which I win those. I hope the other teams are able to catch up to us, because he wants to have fights, and that's what gets them excited. It's like slowly all sports becoming like WWE, just to show. Yeah, look at Andretti. There's been a lot of opposition against Andretti joining. And Lawrence Stroll came out this week and said, oh, if the wheel isn't broken, why fix it? And it's just like, well, yeah, because you don't want someone else to come in and have an opportunity of beating you. Simple as that. You want the sport to be a closed shop. It's like the Premier League as well. Like the Premier League, we want, as much as I admire Man City, and I think Man City are a great team, I don't want them to dominate year in, year out. I want to see a good fight for the Premier League. For any league and competition. It's the same with F1. So, and I think that's why you've seen Max get a bit bored as well. Even Max has gone, oh, George Russell's on the mediums. Wow. And Lewis is on the mediums, apparently. Why are they on the medium? Do they think they can get through on the medium? Or are they just trying to waste a session? So, guys, let's talk about qualifying. So what we're going to see in this qualifying session is a massive ramp up in the track evolution. So earlier on today, if you haven't been keeping up with the F1 news, there was a big sandstorm that went through the circuit. So practice, there was only 1 hour practice. There's no junior races here this week or supporting series to lay down rubber and clear the circuit. So it is literally just F1. And we have a brand new circuit track surface as well. So combined with that and combined with the fact that there's been a sandstorm gone through, this track is going to get faster and faster and faster as the sessions go on. And it's pretty much going to be whoever is last out on the track is probably going to set the fastest time in each session. So Mercedes quite possibly thinking that and thinking we'll just trudge around on the mediums and then we'll save those softs to the end of the session. Like, what is the point? We'll see what we can do on these mediums. Oh, for the Senna Prost stage, showing your age. Yeah. 6 drivers on this grid are racing for the first time in Qatar. Wow, that must change. Hadn't a clue, quality. This is the beauty of a sprint weekend, Spud. No one has any idea what day it is, what session it is. But this is qualifying for the race on Sunday. People still forget that. So this is the meaningful qualifying, and then the sprint qualifying, everything to do with the sprint is tomorrow. Right, so here we go. Verstappen, P1 with a 26.8. Lawson, 28.9, so a bit slower there. I have no idea what times are going to be. I think the intriguing aspect here is going to be see what those Mercedes do, because they're not even new mediums. They're like, Russell's done 10 laps on them, and Hamilton's done 9 laps. So let's see what they do here. But keep an eye out on the purple sectors. Sargent set a purple middle sector, so you can see track evolution playing a part already. Like Sargent, Ocon's now fast. So Alonso goes fast. It's 26.7. So yeah, whereas Max was one of the first to set a time. So it's only going to get quicker and quicker and quicker. So qualifying is going to be interesting. As Sargent sets a 27.5. What about Ocon? Ocon was going pretty quick in the middle sector. He goes third, but Gasly seems to be quicker. Purple in the middle sector. Let's see what Gasly can do. Can he jump up ahead of his teammate, get into the sub-27s? He can. A 26.7 ahead of Verstappen. So here we go. What about George? Let's see about... Oh, no, George just comes straight into the pits off the mediums. So what were Mercedes doing there? What were they doing? Stroll has his lap time deleted. Leclerc goes fastest, 26.4, gets a little tow from Perez there down the main straight. I assume Hamilton's coming to the pits as well. So I have no idea what Mercedes were doing there on the mediums. Like, what were they doing? Norris with a 26.0. So here we go. This is going to change till the very last minute. To the very last minute. I don't think anyone is going to be safe here. Where the likes of Verstappen, you think, would have the pace and be able to just like box after the one lap. No, I think everyone is going to be at risk here. Oh, Norris has that lap time deleted for track limits. Oh dear. Oh no. So yeah, track limit's going to be a thing here this weekend. Oh no, that's not good. Hey Rob, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, welcome everyone for this Friday afternoon. Oh no, evening. Evening from where I am now, technically, because it's after 6 o'clock. Yeah, welcome. We are here for the Qatar qualifying for the race on Sunday. So this is the important one. Just remember, the sprint shootout, which is the qualifying for the sprint race, is tomorrow at 2 o'clock, like the normal time. And then it's on, and then you've got the sprint around similar time tomorrow, I think, 6:30. And then the race is 6 o'clock, I think, 5 o'clock Sunday, something like that. Watch your quality on F1 TV and just wanted to say, let me contact. Oh, thanks, Kim. Much appreciated, buddy. Much appreciated. Yeah, we've had a lot of new followers recently, so big thank you to everyone who is here. If you're new, if you're returning, much appreciated as always. And I have some exciting news coming up soon as well. Some very exciting news that I'm very keen to share with you all, but I can't share it just yet. Stay tuned. And I'm getting a new car Monday. I'm actually getting a brand new car Monday, which I'm very excited about. Just thought I'd share that. because I know we're all car enthusiasts here. Quali is today. Oh, yes. Yes, it's supposed to be on Saturdays, but it's a sprint weekend. So, sprint tomorrow. So, interestingly enough, Hamilton and Russell are still in the pits. So, they're not worried about going out there and setting times now. They know track evolution, save the tyres, and don't waste them. Tyre life and tyre usage could be important this weekend in the race, as Alonso is the first man in the 25s. Wow, what a time. What a time for him. What car I'm getting... Now, I wouldn't be getting this unless it was a company car. But I'm getting a Mercedes electric car, an EQA 250, I think it is. So yeah, I'm only getting it because it's a company car. I don't normally. If I wasn't, if I was spending my own money. Well, technically I am spending my own money, but if I was having to go out and purchase a car like brand new price or whatever, or second hand, I wouldn't be buying an electric car. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Mercedes interior because I do really like Mercedes. I've just had a BMW that I've just had to hand back, which was nice. But I don't think you can beat the inside of a Mercedes. So why electric? Because it costs less. The company car scheme is a lot more kind on electric vehicles than it is on petrol vehicles or diesel vehicles. So yes, I would prefer petrol, good old-fashioned fossil fuels, I guess. But yeah, electric is going to save me a bit more. I'm going to be paying the same amount as what I just had, but I'll be getting a much, much better car. I'll be getting more car for my money, put it that way. So, don't waste my tyres, yeah. We've been in new paper road. Will this change how much the heat the road absorbs or whatnot? Well, yeah, tyre degradation is going to be an issue here. I don't think they're truly going to understand what the tyres are going to do until Sunday, really. Maybe tomorrow in the sprint race, because we had a sandstorm go through Qatar earlier on in the day, which has really greened out the track even more. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Are electric cars cheaper? Yes, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're a lot kinder on the tax. So in essence, you can get a lot more for your money. You can get a much nicer car and a much more expensive car, like retail wise, than you can get in a company car via that's got a petrol engine. So, did they red flag for sandstorms? I assume so. Yeah, visibility was too low. I can't imagine we're going to see any more sandstorms this weekend. But yeah, it went through the track before the practice session opened. So. Right, so Mercedes boys are out there at the moment. Keep an eye out on their lap times. So Russell, let's see if he can go fastest in any of the sectors. Norris, once again, he was fastest in the first sector, and it looks like he had to bow out in the second and come into the pits. So Norris at risk at the moment, but clearly has the pace here today to get on pole position, I think. We'll see what Verstappen can do as this track gets quicker and quicker. But Bottas, look, so this is an Alfa Romeo is P2 at the moment, guys. This is the thing with the track. Let's keep an eye on Russell and Hamilton. What are they able to do? Russell goes P2 with a 25.9. And how about Hamilton? Can he get ahead of his teammate? And no, he can't. So he's just behind his teammate by a tenth. So keep an eye out, guys. We have 6.5 minutes left of this qualifying session, and the track is going to get quicker and quicker and quicker. We could see a couple of shockers here. If you don't time your lap correctly, you could be out. You could be out of Q1. So carbon tax on normal people, but not the call. Well, yeah, it's a discussion for another day. Hybrids are king. Yeah, ideally I'd like a hybrid, but I've always had my eye. I've had a Mercedes in the past, and I just loved it. And I was gutted when I had to hand it back. It's just so comfortable. The missus is very excited about heated seats. It's pretty windy right now, on track about 30 kilometers an hour, is it? I mean, I do have the TV coverage on here. Obviously, you can't see how windy it is. No one's don't think anyone's really reporting it. Live for a few sandstorms. Oh, I bet. I wouldn't want to be out in one. What's going on with Merc? Well, they're P2 and P3. I assume that message was sent just before they set those times. But they went out on the medium tyre, I think, just for a sighting lap, just to see what the track was like. And they're just trying to save their tyres a bit. Be interesting to see if they come into the pit lane and put a brand new set of softs on. They will have time to come in and pit and put a brand new set of tyres on if they so wish. Because I think this is going to be important for them. Says Russell. So Russell's going again. Russell is going again. Looks like Hamilton's backing up for a lap as well. So let's see. So Leclerc's gone fastest in the middle sector. Is his teammate Sainz going to hold him up here? No. So Leclerc looks like he's probably going to go into pole position. He looks pacey this weekend as well. Come on, Leclerc. Give us something to cheer for today. Here he goes across the line. And he goes pole with a 25.4. Only 2 tenths faster than Alonso, though. Only 2 tenths faster. So how about Hamilton and Russell? What have they done? It looks like they're a bit slower in that first sector compared to Leclerc. If you think of it, look at that. A 31.8 and a 31.7 compared to Leclerc's 31.4. So the Mercedes not quick in that first sector whatsoever compared to the Ferrari. 31.8 for Perez last time around, a 25.9, so not a very good time from him. Keep an eye on Norris, a 31.4, so he is as quick as Leclerc at the moment, and he's just gone 2 tenths faster in the middle sector as he's down at the bottom of the grid. Can he keep it within the track limits, though? He's already had two times deleted, I think he has. Definitely had one, so I think Norris is going to go to pole position here. He looks on form and in tune with this car. Let's see what he can do as he comes across the line. And he goes pole position at the moment. But Alonso has gone fastest again in the middle sector. 2 tenths faster than Norris's lap last time around. Alonso seems to have come alive here at the Qatar GP. So let's see what he can do. Keep an eye on his second sector as Sargent heads up to 8th position. So there's going to be lots of chopping and changing here. Piastri in there with a 25.7, 6 tenths slower than his teammate. Wow. But how about Verstappen? Verstappen not fastest in the first sector, surprisingly. Alonso still the fastest. So Alonso not quickest. So he's 2 tenths faster in the first sector, but then he's lost that 2 tenths in the middle sector compared to Norris's last lap. So let's see if Alonso can regain that provisional pole in this Q1 session. Of course, it's all about just making sure you get through to Q2. But it's intriguing anyway, and he just misses out by less than a tenth. Less than a tenth there. Gasly pumps up into 6th. How about Verstappen? What can Verstappen do? Fastest. So a mega last sector puts him a tenth faster than Lando Norris. Interesting. Interesting, guys. Not too much in it there. Not too much in it. Keen to see Haas's Evo upgrades this race. I'm not. I think they've been pretty bad this year, and I think they're going to continue to be pretty bad. So at the moment, you can see there, it's Lawson, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Zhou, and Magnussen who are at risk. Hamilton's not too far off that, though. Neither is George Russell. So many of them are still at risk. I mean, Hamilton's going for another flying lap here. He's not going to have another opportunity. So this is it, guys. This is these guys' last runs. What can they do? So Hamilton on a set of 4-lap-old soft compound tyres. This will be his 5th. So is he able to extract any pace out of those tyres? Who is going to be the last to cross the line here? I think Verstappen might get another opportunity if he so wishes. Yeah, so I think Verstappen is probably going to be the last person to get a lap time in. Maybe Albon. I think Albon. Albon is the last out on the circuit there who will get a lap time in. But you can see they're backing up. They're all waiting for Perez to shoot through. Let's see what Perez can do. This will be his last lap. He won't be able to do another after this. Norris is in the pits, so they think he's comfortable. How about Perez? And Perez... Okay, Perez just getting going, or is that it for Perez? Did he bow out? I think he bowed out. I think Perez has bowed out. Couldn't improve there. So, oh dear. So Perez, is he going to be at risk? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So keep an eye out as this track ramps up. As we come to the end of Q1. That is it. Checkered flag. No one else will be able to set a lap time. So let's see. Can Magnussen improve? No. Magnussen only up to 17th. How about Bottas? Can he make himself a little bit safer? Yes, he can. But Magnussen is out. Can Lawson drag himself out of the bottom 5? No, he can't. He's 16th, so that's 2 people. How about Hamilton? No, Hamilton neither as well. So Hamilton didn't. Hamilton's at risk here. Hamilton is at serious risk. He only needs Albon and Stroll to improve, and he will be out of Q1. So let's see. Can Stroll knock Hamilton out here? That's very, very bizarre by Hamilton. Let's have a look about Stroll. Stroll doesn't improve. So Hamilton will be safe, as there is only one other driver who will be able to knock him out. Interestingly there, that Russell went... Russell was on a brand new set of softs. So Russell went fastest in the middle sector on a brand new set of softs and still was only able to get to within 3 tenths of Verstappen. How about Gasly? Gasly moves up to 7th. How about Albon? Can Albon drag himself and knock his teammate out of Q1? He can! Oh, that's got to hurt Logan Sargent. That's got to hurt Logan Sargent there. But there we go, guys. That is it. Interestingly, I'm surprised why Lewis bowed out there. He bowed out. I'm watching the TV coverage, and Hamilton comes across the line, but they don't make any mention of it. Interesting. It's funny how Max is 3 points away and no one is talking about it because we're all just so, yeah. Well, the TV coverage is. They're non-stop talking about it. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's been kind of... We saw this happening after like the 4th race. But interesting there. The track did... Well, I say the track didn't ramp up. I think it did. It definitely ramped up throughout the session, but lots of people there were on older compound tyres. They were on five lap old tyres, 4 lap old tyres. So not able to... we didn't really see the quick enough times that we expected to see. George Russell went fastest in the middle sector, so that was interesting. So the track was getting quicker, but Hamilton there just sneaking through. Maybe a bit of a mistake from Hamilton there, I think. Maybe Hamilton wanted to come in and pit for another set of tyres, but he's got through, and he will have an extra brand new set of softs compared to that of his teammate George, who used them in that session. So interesting, because George used 2 sets of softs there, whereas Hamilton only used 1. Interesting. Right, to turn the light, guys. Oh. So there we go. So we have lost Logan Sargent, Lance Stroll, Liam Lawson, Kevin Magnussen, and Guan Yu Zhou. So yeah, that is that. Interestingly enough, though, guys, Lando Norris only 1/10 slower than that of Max Verstappen, and Max set that time after Norris. So track evolution probably played a little bit of a part in that. So interestingly, I think, am I going to make a bold call that Lando Norris could go for pole position? He definitely seems to be on form. Piastri seemed to claw it back a bit there, being only about a 10th behind his teammate there in the end, rather than that 6 tenths. But yeah, interesting. What happened to Stroll? He's just slow. Stroll is just slow. I mean, look, his teammate's in P3 and he's out in Q1. I mean, Is there anything else more we need to say about Stroll in regards to that? He's just not cut out to be an F1 driver, I think. I mean, that's probably a disservice. Like, he's an okay F1 driver. Okay. I think that's what you'd probably say. Oh, incident involving cars number 44. So Hamilton, Tsunoda, Lawson and Piastri noted failing to follow race director's instructions and maximum lap time. So that means they went too slow on the lap, probably in regards to their warm-up lap. There's a minimum time or a maximum lap time that they have in regards to preparing for a qualifying lap. And clearly they have slowed too much there. So that is a lot of cars. 4 cars there under investigation. We will see. We will see if anything comes of that after the session. Penalty on the way for Lewis, Tsunoda, Lawson and Piastri. Be harsh. Daddy's money got him to see. Of course it did. Well, I say that. Like, it did. Like, he got into Williams because he fronted up the money. But Lance Stroll does actually have some racing pedigree. If you look at like what he's won in the junior formulas, like he's not a slouch, but F1 is a different kettle of fish, and I think he's had a couple of streaky performances where he's shown flashes that he's capable of it, but on regular occasion he's seen just having no spatial awareness, getting caught in incidents, crashing the car, and then just not being quick enough. So I think it's quite evident to see that if he wasn't in, if his dad didn't own a team, I think he would be out. Finally, Alpine into Q2, yeah. Hopefully they don't trip each over themselves like they did in Suzuka. How the Mert boys looking? Difficult to say. Hang on, just looking at Hamilton's car. Oh, apparently Lance Stroll punched the wall after he got out of the car. Diddums, Lance, diddums. How many more seasons before Lance leaves F1? For whatever reason, my guess is until next season. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to question, like, what is his motivation going to be? There's already rumours that he's lost his motivation. So, yeah. How's Logan's performing at work? Listening my screen off, pulling for my boy Logan. He just got knocked out by his teammate in Q1. So he's P16. He was only just a touch slower than Albon. Albon only just knocked him out. So much better by Sargent. I mean, he's not in the wall. He's not in the wall, Saf. So that's a positive for Logan. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I couldn't resist it. Right, so here we are. Q2 underway. So I expect to see similar of what we saw in Q1, where we will see the track ramping up and get quicker and quicker. But you can see there that, interestingly enough, Norris is out on 3-lap-old soft tyres. Piastri is out on 5-lap-old tyres. So is Sainz. Bottas is on brand new tyres. Alonso's on brand new tyres. Ocon's on brand new tyres. So bit of mix and match here in regards to strategy of what tyres they are using. So it will be investigated after the session, failing to follow race director's instructions, maximum lap time for Hamilton, Lawson, Tsunoda and Piastri. What do I think about Zhou? Did he deserve the contract until 2024? I don't know. It's a difficult one because he's been... I actually quite like Zhou as a driver. I think he's done well in a poor Alfa Romeo. His first year, so his rookie year was like just absolutely blighted by kind of crashes that weren't his fault, by mechanical issues that the team had. And then I think it was was last year his first year? It was, wasn't it? And then this year This year is where he's done better. I think he's in a poor car. The Alfa Romeo is arguably like the slowest car. I mean, is arguably probably the worst car on the grid with the Alpha Tauri. So you have to look at the bar that you set him. Plus, he is the only Chinese driver on the grid, and money plays a massive factor. So an Alfa Romeo is going to be Audi in a couple of years. So because it's technically the Sauber team. So yeah, seems like he has bad luck. Yeah, I think his first season he definitely did. There was a lot of things that were out of his control. When he did have control of certain situations, I think he's done pretty well. He's never really brought. I think he's just done a solid job. I don't think he's done anything to really warrant like harsh criticism on him compared to other drivers. I think he's just been naturally progressing in a car that just quite, if it isn't, is probably lucky to be in the points. So yeah. Put Stuffey in. I'd love to jump in an F1 car, but I am so unfit. I think I'd break. One, I wouldn't be able to fit in the car. My hips would be too big. And two, I'd probably break my neck going through the first corner. What's my opinion on Andretti coming in? How do I think it will hinder I want Andretti. I think there's more places on the grid for F1. I think there is an abundance of talent out there and there's not enough seats. And if a team like Andretti can come in and give more opportunities to younger drivers on the grid, people who deserve it, that's the interesting part though, like people who deserve it, not pay drivers, people who like look, we're about to have Liam Lawson without a race seat for next year, which is ridiculous in my opinion. There's been some good drivers who haven't even made it to F1 because of politics and because of money and stuff. Their marketing value isn't the same as what obviously their talent is. So yeah, Andretti is a well-known name in motorsport as well. He has a very big racing pedigree. He has history of running racing teams. So yeah, I'm all for it. I think we've got place for probably 2 more teams on the grid. 12 cars is probably a sweet spot, but I think why not 26 cars? What's the worst driver according to Mazepin? Mazepin was bad, yeah, but that was in a very, very bad car as well. So you have to put that into perspective because Schumacher wasn't much better. Verstappen up there with a 24 now, straight in there with the 24s. Interestingly, on 5-lap old hard tyres. What about Norris? Where's Norris? Norris is going quite well. But he's 4 tenths slower than Max in the first sector. He's level with him in the second sector, but he's going to be slower because of the first sector. Is he going to get compromised by Bottas here? Maybe get a sneaky toe through the last corner. Let's see. I think Norris is coming into the pits, actually. Yeah, Norris coming into the pits. Okay, so he's getting off those used softs. Who's the worst driver of all time? Well, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Trying to think. My mind's gone blank into some of the drivers we've had. I mean, the thing is that we've had some very, very poor cars in the past where you could arguably say they were poor drivers. I still look at Maldonado. I still look at Pastor Maldonado. And while he had that win in Spain, Barcelona, the guy was he just crashed left, right and centre, was always getting himself caught up in like things he shouldn't be get caught up in. He is someone I just look back on and I'm just like, oh my God, like you had one good race in your career pretty much. So remember Reganathan? Yeah, Reganathan's always someone that people go to. I can't remember who he raced for, but he didn't race for a very good car, did he? Wasn't he in one of like the Caterhams or something? So like I mean, there's only so much you really get to showcase your talents in a car that's that slow. Oh, what's happening there? Interesting. The Venezuelan guy. Yeah. Did you see what his son did at the weekend, actually? His son, the previous weekend at Spa, start of a endurance race, basically wiped out 4 LMP cars by just going straight through the first corner. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Sam. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. But yes, right, let's get back to actual qualifying of F1. So we have just under 7 minutes remaining of this session. Q2, and at the moment we have Norris, Bottas, Sainz, Hulkenberg, and Piastri in the pits in the drop zone. People have not used brand new sets of softs yet, though. So Russell and Hamilton there, second and third. Max quicker, 2 temps and 4 temps quicker than the Mercedes on 6 lap old hard tyres, guys. Soft tyres. Wow. That Red Bull is just so much quicker than the Mercedes. Is Mercedes actually there? Yeah, they're second and third. They're second and third. This feels really weird doing qualifying on a Friday, by the way, guys. It just feels super weird. This whole, I don't know. I feel like this whole watch long, it just feels a bit odd. Right, so Piastri and Norris out there now on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. Can they take it to Max? Can they take it? Are they going to be quicker than the Mercedes? I expect them to. But Lando's the key one here. He's been the quicker of the 2 McLaren drivers in qualifying thus far. So let's see if Norris can actually beat Verstappen's time on old soft tyres. Come on, boys. Come on. Lawson. Yeah, it's a shame Lawson's out already. Yeah, Tsunoda's doing... To be fair, Tsunoda's doing very well in the grand scheme of things. He's doing well this weekend in 8th at the moment. But I don't expect him to stay in 8th. I still expect him probably maybe to be at risk with the McLarens there. You had an idea about Jeremy Kyle doing F1. What an odd thought. Right. Right, guys. Here we go. Let's see what Piastri and Norris can do on a brand new set of softs. So, they're down in 11th and 15th at the moment as they head through the first and second corners. So, let's see. Are any of them going to go purple? Hopefully, they will. Come on. Come on, lads. What can you do? And as Piastri goes through sector 1. Come on. 31.3, so he's not actually purple in the first sector there. Okay, how about Norris? 31.317. So he's a couple of thousandths there quicker than his teammate. Let's see what they can do in sector 2. Is there going to be any purple? Not sure if Verstappen did set purple in the first sector, though. He's been very strong in the last sector. Piastri is green in the second sector, but not fastest overall. Okay, how about Norris? Fastest there. That's what we like to see. A 28.5 from Norris. So this bodes well. Can Piastri go ahead of... I mean, you really like to think so, because Verstappen set that time on 6 lap old softs. Here they go across the line, and Piastri does go fast. It's a 24.7. Only just quicker than Verstappen, though. And how about Norris? Norris goes 24.6. So less than a tenth between them on brand new set of soft compound tyres compared to Verstappen, who set his lap time on 6 lap old softs. Yeah, it's not boding well, guys, is it? It's not boding well for anyone other than Verstappen getting pole position today. Let's see what Verstappen can do. So he's out. He's on a brand new set of softs as well. Oh, we're going to see a mega time. Are we going to see... I reckon... What do we reckon, guys? Do we reckon we're going to see Max... Ooh. Do we reckon he's going to get in the 23s? I'm going to say a 24-1. I'm going to say he's going to be half a second quicker. Half a second. What do you think? Let me know in chat. What do you think this lap time is going to be that he's going to set? If he gets a clear lap. Low 24s. Do you think he's going to get in 23s? I think it's going to be half a second. But he might catch traffic here, so that may compromise his lap a little bit. $31.1. That's only a tenth quicker, I think. I think there's only a tenth quicker or 2 tenths quicker. But still, it's 2 tenths. That's like half of that half a second that I just said. And I think he's compromised there by those drivers. So let's see what he can do through the second sector. It's going to be purple again, isn't it? So who's in the drop zone at the moment? Ocon, Albon, Hulkenberg, Sainz, and Bottas. Sainz is in there. Oh, I didn't know that. So here comes Max. No, he was not fastest in the second sector. So Norris still holds on to that. But he's still going to be quicker. Here we go. Was my prediction right? Oh, only 2 tenths. Only 2 tenths. Okay. But a compromised lap, I think. I think he had a lot of traffic to go through there, specifically in the first sector. His last set will be 5 tenths better. Right, so anyone else on a fast lap at the moment? The 2 McLarens are, so Piastri and Norris. So when you think about it, look, Verstappen there, Verstappen did a 31.1 last time around, and Norris done a 31.1 as well in the first sector. Piastri a 31.2. Russell a 31.2 as well, and Hamilton. Oh, and Alonso's fastest for the first sector. Okay, so it's a track ramping up here. So, Tsunoda, is he able to drag himself out of the bottom 5? No, he's not. Tsunoda's going to be out of Q2. Only moves up to 11th. Piastri doesn't improve. Slow middle sector. Same as Norris as well. Slow middle sector for Norris and Russell. Is there a big gust of wind that is going through that middle sector at the moment that's just caught those drivers out? Ocon heads up into 5th and Gasly's 4th as well, breaking into the 25 seconds. So only 4 tenths off of Verstappen. Russell a 24.8 with a slow middle sector in the grand scheme of things. How about Hamilton? Can he improve? Whoa! Hamilton, stop the count. Stop the count. Hamilton in P1. Stop the count, guys. Where has that come from? That was a very quick middle sector from Hamilton now. I know he's on a brand new set of softs, but in comparison, Verstappen was the same as well. Ooh. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Oh, FIA stewards involving cars Verstappen and Sainz will be investigated after the session, driving erratically. So Carlos Sainz is out, guys. Carlos Sainz is out of qualifying. He is out in Q2. Ah, Ferrari, man. What have you done there? So, yeah, Alonso went fastest in that first sector last time around, by the way. But I think he's pulled out at the last sector because he knew he was safe. But wow, there we are, guys. So, oh, and Perez. Sorry, we've lost Perez as well. Whoa, in all of that. Right, so Tsunoda, Sainz, Perez, Albon, and Hulkenberg we have lost in that session. Interesting. What happened with Perez? And he was on a brand new set of softs as well. Odd. No one's surprised by Perez underperforming anymore. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be out without a seat. Oh, so Perez had a lap time deleted. So Perez had his lap time deleted. That's why. Oh, track limits. He had a 125.2 deleted. So 125.2 would have got him out. He would have been ahead of Bottas, and he got his lap time deleted. Shocking. Absolutely shocking from Perez there. P13. Perez going, did we make it? No, you didn't. He's not on your radar anymore, I said. Yeah, I know. Lawson and Max 2024. I don't know. I still don't think so. I think they're going to honour that last contract and bank the money that they'll get from his... that they're going to get from his, like, South American market, Mexican market. He brings in a lot of money. He does bring in a lot of money. So I think that's why they're going to keep him. And I think overall, I think that's why the decision's been made for Tsunoda and for Ricciardo to stay where they are in those seats, because they're much more marketable and they bring more money than what Lawson does. Hey, Kaka, good to see you, buddy. Respect to Bottas, though, yeah. I mean, he's dragged that Alfa Romeo into Q3. So let's see who got into Q3. So we've got Hamilton, Verstappen, the two McLarens, Russell, Gasly and Ocon. Great performance here this weekend thus far by the two Alpines in 6th and 7th. Leclerc is the sole Ferrari, as we've lost Sainz. Alonso is the sole Aston Martin, as we lost Stroll in Q1. And Bottas is the sole Alfa Romeo, as his teammate is down in 20th. So, yeah, good performances from them. Tsunoda, unlucky there, really. He's done pretty well to get that into 11th. Sainz and Perez, shockers from them. I'm interested. I think Sainz, they just put him out there at the wrong time. I mean, he did 5 laps on those set of softs. I think he made an issue into one of the corners as well. And then he just wasn't able to get his next lap going. And then Albon went wide, had a lap time deleted, and Hulkenberg. Yeah, I mean, the Haas's aren't that great anyway, so. Brings in more money than points. Yes, and as we know, money rules F1. So, if he's not winning the title this year, definitely next year. What, Super Formula? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a good place for him to keep his skills, keep his skills sharp and his senses sharp, or whatever, you call it. So early in the morning, 4:15 a.m. Committed. You are committed to being at this watch-along and committed to F1. Thanks for being here, buddy. Good to see you as always. So, who's going to be on pole position, guys? Lewis chucking in a very quick lap there at the end, a 10th quicker than Verstappen. I still see Max being quicker than those. His lap was quite compromised, I think. I think he got caught up in the first sector. So we'll see. What happened in Q2? He had a lap time deleted. He would have got through, but he had the lap time deleted, and it put him out of the session. Max on 1, Lewis on 2, Lando on 3. Maybe. Oh, watching Lance Stroll punch a wall. Oh, Lance Stroll pushed his personal trainer. Oh, no. Oh, he looks absolutely furious in the media pen. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is hilarious. So Lance Stroll just got asked... Oh, that is a hilarious interview. That is a hilarious interview. He just got asked by the presenter or the interviewer and just went, "Oh, what are your emotions? Oh, you've been knocked out. What are your emotions right now?" And he just went, "Shit," with a face like thunder. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely, that was a brilliant. And he pushed his personal trainer as well. That's quite nasty from Stroll. That's not nice. Lance Speed running for a WC at heart of Racing's Valkyrie. Yeah. He wouldn't be an F1, Alex. He wouldn't be an F1, that's for sure. Bro turned into Angry Kimmy. Yeah, that was funny though. What happened with him? He just didn't get out of Q1. It was just slow. Oh, it's 4 consecutive Q1 eliminations he's been knocked out of, I'm just hearing. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? That's bad. Lining up next to you on iRacing, yeah. So, here we are. Bottas, the only car out on track at the moment, although others are following close behind. Let's see what this last qualifying session has in store for us. What is the time, actually, as well? I have a race in about an hour's time. Oh, nice one, Rob. Yeah, Qatar's good. Qatar always provides some good races. Is there a sprint race there then this year? Is there? At Qatar? That'd be interesting. Sack him and bring Drago. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen because his Daddy Stroll's team. So, right, let's see what is going to occur here then. Give me your predictions, guys. Who's going to be top 3? Who's going to be top 3? I'm going to say Verstappen, Norris. I'm actually going to say what I did last time. I think Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. I genuinely think those 3 are the quickest 3. Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. That's my top 3, guys. Who are your top 3? Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton. Max, Norris, Piastri. Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc. Alonso. Ooh, we think Alonso. Max, Oscar, Hamilton. Few different predictions there. Love to see it. A tennis racket for next year. Max, Lewis, Lando. You stand by it, Sam. You stand by it. Right. Let's see what is going to happen. So, Bottas is going to be the first to set a lap time as he comes around turn 5. He's going to get caught up a little bit by Verstappen. Max, Hamilton, Piastri, Verstappen, Piastri, Norris. In your mind, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Max last. In an alternate reality. I think Piastri have a cheeky Q3. Yeah, I think so. I think Norris has just been the quicker driver overall out of those 2. Let's see. So, Bottas will be the first across the line. Let's see what he can do. Can he get into the sub-25s? 1 year, Kaka. 1 year. Time flies, buddy. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the 12 months. Top man. Sprint at Coaster, figured I would watch a quality and race the same ticket. Oh, why not? Yeah. And there'll be some support races at Qatar as well. A 25.5 from Bottas. Respectable from him. I mean, he's just kind of happy to be in Q3, isn't he, to be honest? So, who else is on a lap here? Next will be Leclerc, I think. But I think Leclerc's already backed out. No, Norris. No. Gasly? No, Gasly's on a warm-up lap. So, Alonso's the next on grid here, guys, to come across the line. Let's see what occurs. How about Alonso? Coming around the last corner. He's not purple in any sectors. Norris is absolutely smashing it at the moment. Here we go. Here goes Alonso, a 25.2. So no, not quick enough, as we've seen sub-24s. And Norris getting a little sneaky toe there from Hamilton and goes to a 24.0. Great time from him. However, Max is 4 tenths quicker than Lando into sector 1. Unbelievable here from Max. Let's have a look. Here we go. He's going to go through the second sector very shortly. Piastri, no purple sectors from him at the moment, but he does go fastest. As Norris has his lap time deleted for track limits. Oh, no. Ocon goes in with a 25.0. Here goes Max. He's not fastest in the middle sector. He's actually slower, but that first sector was absolutely mega. So here we go across the line. This is going to be a sub 24, isn't it? Oh my God, a 23.7. Have a day off, will ya? Have a day off, Max. Fuck's sake. Here comes Russell. What can Russell do? Actually quicker in the second sector than Max, but still 6 tenths off of Max Verstappen as he goes P2. How about Gasly? Gasly comes across the line and can only do a 25.3. 1.5 seconds slower than Max. How about Lewis? Here goes Lewis. And Lewis goes P2 with a 24.3. Well done, Lewis. But still half a second slower than Max. Thoughts on Stroll shoving his P2? Yeah, we were just chatting about it, Jordan. His interview was quite funny afterwards as well. A man of very few words and very choice words as well. He's clearly very frustrated. Yeah. I mean, he's just slow, isn't he? No one else to blame for himself. F1 is hilarious this season. Yeah, it's crazy. We all came to the point of just laughing at sheer dominance from Max. Oh, yeah. Right, so that is everyone setting a lap time. Norris would have been P2, but he got his lap time deleted. So he needs to be careful on his next lap. But yeah, at the moment, it is Verstappen with Hamilton second, Russell third, Piastri fourth, Leclerc fifth, Ocon sixth, Alonso seventh, Gasly eighth, Bottas ninth, and Norris 10th. So Mercedes sneaking in there ahead of the McLaren of Piastri is interesting. I didn't think they had the pace in the McLarens this weekend from the little track time that we've seen. So that's that bodes well from them. But ultimately, they're not looking at the McLarens. They're looking at that gap to Max. And that is still a large gap, isn't it? Half a second. Half a second, man. Wasn't a weight, but did Lawson have issues? Just not on the pace today, I think. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird... Obviously, it's a sprint weekend, so they've only had the hour to set the car up. If you haven't got the setup right in that first session, then you're chasing the whole weekend because, well, the only way you can change the setup is through braking parc fermé, which means you'll start from the pit lane. So maybe Lawson might do that. I reckon a few of the guys at the back might do that. I reckon they might learn from the sprint shootout, the sprint quali, and the race tomorrow, and probably make some changes to their setups and start from the pit lane. Next installment, Fast and Furious, yeah. First time in, got an hour to get on pace, yeah. Right, so... it's always good to see the driver's eye, isn't it? All the fluffing around, setup adjustments definitely don't get an hour or running time. Yeah, exactly. It's tough. Right, so here we go. Q3, last lap is about to start, guys. We have Verstappen of your provisional pole, and to be honest, I don't see... Unless the Mercedes or the McLaren straps a jet engine to the back of their car, I don't see them beating Max. So let's see what they can do. It's all about the podium positions, who can line up alongside him and maybe challenge it down into T1 on Sunday. Norris has looked the next best driver. His lap time that got deleted would have been 3 tenths slower than Max. So yeah, he would have split the Red Bull and the Mercedes. So let's see. A friend of mine watching this with me just asked me, why is nobody on track and just sitting ducks? Is any? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so they always come in and so they do one push lap on a set of tyres, then they come in and pit, and then they put another brand new set of tyres on, and then they go and do another fast lap. So that's generally how it works in most of the qualifying sessions, unless there's like environmental reasons where the track is just getting quicker and quicker and quicker because it's been raining, or as we had earlier, a sandstorm. That the track is very green. There's a new surface on this track this year, and we had a sandstorm go through here before the practice session. With there being no supporting series on here to lay down rubber and to basically make the track grippier, it's all just F1 cars. And because they only had an hour of practice, that's not enough time to get the track really what they call rubbered in. So yeah, could be the same here as well. Is the track as fast as it's going to get? I don't know, but we will see. We will see. Oh no, what is George doing in the pit lane? So George just slowed down in the pit lane to like back the pack up, basically. Interesting. If he gets penalised for that, then you've got to take precedence of Max at Singapore. We'll see. We'll see. Max 1, Norris 2, Hamilton 3. I'm still going to stick to my guns. I'd like to see Hamilton up there, but I still think it's going to be Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri. But we'll see. We'll see. As Piastri wants to get ahead of Hamilton, I think. He wants to get ahead of him. He's really tight behind him, but Hamilton's not going to have any of it. Oh, no, he is. He's going to let Piastri go. He's going to let Piastri go. Maybe he's going to try and get a sneaky toe here. I don't know. I don't know, Rob. We'll see. We'll see. But right, here we are as they are on their flying laps. No, not on their flying laps at the moment. So they've still got a bit of time. So here we go. Who is the first to set their lap time? Is it Bottas? I think it's Bottas. Yeah, Bottas has set a time. Verstappen's in the pits. Verstappen's in the pits. So he's had an issue. I think he went long into the first corner, and he's had an issue not being able to set his last lap time. So this does leave things open for Norris to try and do an unbelievable lap here. But I don't think he's got it. He hasn't got it. I don't think the track is quicker than what it was earlier on. And he's yellow, actually, in the second sector. So Norris isn't going to be able to beat Max here. So I think they've boxed Max because, well, yeah, Norris couldn't get that fastest lap. And he goes P2 with a 24.0. A 24.0. So P2 for Norris. Let's see if Hamilton can improve. So Hamilton is slower through the first sector, a 31.0. It is pretty much pole position for Max. But who is going to line up alongside him? How about George Russell? George Russell's going pretty well. Green in both sectors. Is he going to set a better last sector and beat Norris and get into the sub-24s? No, but he does pip his teammate. So Hamilton's backed off. Hamilton has backed off. And Hamilton will start P4. Unless Alonso is... No, everyone set their lap times. Piastri... Oh, Piastri jumps ahead and goes into P4. So Hamilton had to back out. He's made a mistake into the second sector. They think Lando Norris might have his lap time deleted. Oh, the commentators are very much like he had his lap. He went over. Lando might have his lap time deleted still. We're waiting. We're waiting. But at the moment, it is Verstappen in pole position for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm thinking it's Saturday. For Sunday, we have Norris in P2. We have Russell P3, Piastri P4, Hamilton P5, Alonso 6th, Leclerc 7th, Gasly 8th, Ocon 9th, and Bottas 10th. Oh, is it going to be... Is Norris going to get his lap time deleted? Ooh, we're waiting. We're waiting. Hamilton Hamilton definitely had to slow down through the second sector. He'd had an issue. Just waiting to see if Norris is going to retain that. Ooh. But Max, yeah, they didn't even push him. They were like, yeah, we don't even need to do that. Oh, hang on. And Lando, the lap time was good enough for P2. Are you joking or what? Not joking, but why? I'm just too tense, man. I know I'm just so stupid. You should be on par. I just fucked it up too much. I'm sorry. It was on me. Well done. The car was good. I just didn't do my job well enough. I think Lando thinks he's going to get his lap time deleted. Oh, no. I think Lando thinks he went over. Hang on. Lando went, I'm so shit sometimes. Make the decision. Let us know. We're watching. Oh, no. Oh, he's well over. Oh, he's well over. So, oh, Max had a big... Max aborted because he went for the first corner and had a snap. And Lewis, we're watching Lewis's... Oh, Lewis nearly lost the rear. Wow. Lewis really lost the rear for the second corner, second sector. But yeah, guys, Lando is going to get that lap time deleted. I don't know why they haven't put it through yet. But yes, Russell is going to be P2. George Russell and Max Verstappen down into T1 on Sunday. Ooh. Feisty. Feisty. But yeah, it's a slam dunk for Norris, unfortunately. Hamilton looks very upset with himself. I think he realises he had potential to maybe get on the front row today. Alonso also doesn't look very happy either. And there we go. That is confirmation. Lando Norris's lap time has been deleted. We're just waiting for confirmation through the leaderboard. But that will put Lando down into P10 and move everyone below him up because he has, unfortunately, not set a lap time. He got track limits on his first lap and his second lap. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. It was clearly over. Yeah. He had a little bit of oversteer, and there we go. There we go. Yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame. But it should be fun watching Lando come through the field because he's got pace on everyone ahead of him. He's quite clearly the second fastest car. Don't know about race pace. We don't know about race pace because they only had an hour of racing, of practice time. But yeah. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Let's have a rundown of your grid for Sunday. Not Saturday, because tomorrow is the race, is the sprint shootout and the sprint race, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be here for, guys. I've got family commitments, but I'll definitely be here for Sunday. So, Verstappen, P1, 4 tenths faster in the end than George Russell. That's a serious gap, isn't it? And then Piastri, P3. I've got two out of the top 3, right? Then we have Hamilton in P4, who possibly had potential to line up alongside Max without his mistake into Sector 2. Alonso, P5, Leclerc, 6th. The 2 Alpines, Gasly and Ocon is 7th and 8th. Bottas in 9th. Norris with those 2 lap times deleted in P10. Otherwise, he would have been in P2. Tsunoda 11th. Sainz and Perez both getting knocked out in Q2. Mix-ups by the team of Ferrari, putting Sainz out of sync and not able to get another lap in, really, to get out of Q2. And then Perez is just, well, wasn't really on pace as he hasn't been for obviously quite some time, but he had a lap time deleted as well, which chucked him out. Albon in 14th, Hulkenberg 15th, Sargent 16th, Stroll punching the wall on his way out, and he's pushing his personal trainer in 17th, Lawson in 18th, Magnussen 19th, and Zhou 20th. And there we go, guys. There we go. Yeah, that is the end of the Qatar qualifying for Sunday. Yes, Sunday's race, not tomorrow's race. So, yeah. that is it. I'm now going to go have a quick bite to eat because I have a league race within the hour at 8 o'clock. So I am going to go have some sustenance, get prepared for that. And if you can hit the like button on your way out, guys, we only have 18 likes here. If you can get 50 likes, that'd be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll be back on doing my own racing very shortly. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, guys, evening, Saturday. And yeah, I may be on tomorrow. I may not. I don't know yet. But definitely will be here Sunday. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Bye.